So the question for you then around the energy, if the energy demand is done as a like gigawatt hours, or it's in the units of energy, when you take the carbon out of gas, you lower its energy content. Because part of the energy we get from the gas is burning a methane particle. We get 4 CO2s and some water. So I guess if you're taking the CO2 part out, we lose that bit of the energy from the fuel. So does that mean we need more decarbonized gas to get the same energy?
Yeah, it's a really interesting question. So let me be clear about one thing. These decarbonized gas technologies I'm talking about, we're still combusting methane. We're still, generating energy by converting those carbon-hydrogen bonds into COO bonds. I'm not talking, here about hydrogen, where I just can't get the numbers to work. Actually, if you run models of hydrogen, I'm about $500 a ton as my CO2 offset costs.
Right.
But what we're doing is finding ways to capture that CO2.
So basically, you're saying
avoid it getting into the atmosphere.
Right. So this is a you burn the gas to get your energy, and then you capture the CO2 out the waste stream post combustion.
That's right.
Yeah, got it. Okay. So this isn't CO2 removal at source, because I know I've seen some interesting discussions with the idea of stripping the carbon at production, but that's a heck of a lot of carbon that you've got to get rid of when it's coming out the oil, and a lot of energy. So this is actually adding carbon capture onto the back end.
We can do those things. Well, let me say, how our models are working, Murray. We've modeled all of these different options. And, actually looking at all the things we've modeled, we could decarbonize the world twice over. And that kind of puts us in the luxury position of choosing the low cost options rather than the high cost options. And so when I said, $70 a ton earlier, that's my cutoff point. That's the point where after that point, it gets too expensive. We don't need the things that cost $500 a ton. We don't need the things that cost $300 a ton. We can do it all for $70 a ton and below. And, so some of the technologies you mentioned there, we modeled them, we've looked at them, but I don't know that the costs make sense in a fully decarbonized energy system that, works for consumers and, avoids making energy prohibitively expensive.
But I completely agree that this is what was going through my head. If all you produce from your oil and gas platform is a hydrogen stream, actually, you expend a huge amount of energy right at source, and you don't get such a high energy density off the back end of it.